Okay, one more video here. Figure out how I'm going to do this. Alright, so I can do it this way. Alright, first question. I did say percent change. Today, a new price of the cell phone is $129. In 2000, the price of the cell phone was $240. So this is the old, and this is the new. What's the percent change? So percent change, remember, is new minus old divided by old. So the new price is $129. It's a very cheap phone. Minus $240 over $240. And don't forget that we have to multiply that by 100. So if you take out your calculator, oh boy, yes. If you take out, here we go, and you divide 129 minus 40 minus 240, you're gonna get negative 111, and then you're gonna divide that by 240. We're going to get negative 0.4625, and if you multiply that by 100 times 100, you get negative 4625. The reason it's negative, right? It's negative because the price came down, right? So when it's a price decreases, it's a negative. Okay. 2. It costs Charlie's repair shop $27 to change the oil. So, and they charge $40 for the customer. So they buy it, the oil, for $27, and then they charge the customer for $40. What is the percent of markup? So this is the new, and this is the old. So it's going to be 40 minus 27 over 27. So this one is an increase. 40 minus 27 divided by 27. So we have an increase of 0.4848, and we can change that, right? We can multiply that by 100, and we get 48.15%. So there's a 48.15 increase in the price of the for the service of changing the oil. Olivia scored 82 points in the first math test. On the second math test, she got 78. So this is the new. This is the old. So percent change is going to be 78 minus 82 divided by 82. I forgot the times 100. So 78 minus 82, enter, divided by 82. You're going to get negative 0.03658. I'm going to change that, move the decimal 2 over. Negative 3.66%. So she dropped a little bit. 4. In the land of Florida, the high temperature on Saturday was 85. On Sunday was 79. So this is the new, because Sunday comes after. This is the old. 79 minus 85 over 85 times 100. So again, it's very procedural. 79 minus 85, enter, divided by 85 equals, and there's a decrease of 0.0705 times 100%, removing the decimal, it's going to become 127.05%. 5, a stock company went from $26 to 14. So this is the old price, and now the new price is 14. What was the percent change? So we get 14 minus 26. It was decreased, definitely a decrease here. 14 minus 26, enter, divided by 26, enter. So there was a 0.46153 times 100. You're going to move the decimal 2 over, negative 46.15%. Okay. 6. Last Friday there were 134 people. This week there's 246 people. What's the percent of increase? So this is going to be a positive, right? Because it's increasing, went up. So 246, this is the new, this is the old. 246 minus 134 over 246 times 100. So 246 minus 134, enter, divided by 246. You're going to get positive 0.45528 times 100. Move the decimal 1, 2. It becomes 45.53%, right? Remember that 8 makes that 2 go 1 higher. 7, let me bring it up. 7. On Monday, Jake could lift 25 pounds. 1 month later, he could lift 45 pounds. So this is the new. And this is the old. What's the percent of change? It's an increase, right? It's going up. So it's going to be 45 minus 25 over 25 times 100. 45 minus 25, enter, it's 20, and then divide that by 25, it's going to be 0.8. And if you multiply that by 100 times 100, you get 80%. So he can lift 80% more. What's the percent change in the cost of DVD? That was originally $49.99. Now it's $24.99. So it went down the price. So it's going to be a negative. So $24.99 minus $49.99 over 49.99. So 24.99 minus 49.99, enter. You get negative 25 divided by 49.99. You get negative 50.001 times 100. Sorry. Negative 0.5001 times 100. And then multiply by the 100 or move the decimal 2 spaces. You get negative 50.01%. 9. In 2009, Jennifer made $11.50 an hour. In 2010, she makes $12.75. So she makes more money. She went up. Her hourly rate went up. So it's an increase. So 12.75 minus 11.50 over 12.75, and all that times 100. Sorry, over 11.50. All that times 100. So 12.75 minus 11.50. 12.75 minus 11.5. Enter. Divide that by 11.50. We get 0.10869. We're going to multiply that by 100, and we're going to get 10 point, not 86%, but it's going to be 87%. Number 10. In July, the gallon of gas was $2.45. In August was $2.78. It was a percent of change, so this went up. This is old. This is new. So it's going to be 2.78 minus 2.45 over 2.78 times 100. So 2.78 minus 2.45. Enter. Divided by 2.78, we get 0.10791, and times 100, it becomes, move the decimal 2 over, it becomes 10.79%. 11. Sasha timed how long it took her to complete 2 laps around the track. First trip took 36.5 seconds. Second trip was 35.8. Calculate decrease, right? So this is the old and this is the new. So it went down, so she's faster. 35.8 minus 36.5 over 36.5 times 100. 35.8 minus 36.5, enter. Divide by 35.8 minus 36.5, enter. Divided by 36.5, we get negative 0.1917. We got multiplied that by 100. Sorry, I forgot a 0. Negative 0.01917 times 100. So we're going to move the decimal 2 over. 1, 2. It's going to be negative 1.91. We're going to cut it over here. 12. Michael swung his arms for 2 minutes. Over the first minute, he averaged 80 rotations per minute. And the second minute, he averaged 85 rotations per minute. So this is the old and this is the new. How much did it increase? So 85 minus 80 over 80 times 100. 85 minus 80, enter, divided by 80, enter. It's 0.0625. We're going to multiply that by 100, and it's going to give us 6.25%. So Elisa went shopping. Last week she bought something for $5,000. This week the price went down to $3,420. What's the percent of decrease? What's the percent of decrease? So new, old, 3,420 minus 5,000 over 5,000. So 3420 minus 5,000, enter, divided by 5,000, equals negative 0.316. We're going to multiply that by 100, or negative 31.6%. 14, 15, and 16. That's the same thing. So the gasoline price rose from 350 to 371. So this is the new one, and this is the old. What was the percent? By what percent the price increase? So percent is 3. So it's 371 minus 350 over 350 times 100. So 3.71 minus 350, enter, divided by 3.5, enter. So we get, 3.71 minus 350 divided by 350. So this one we get 0.06. We're going to multiply that by 100. And then that gives us 126%. 15. A coat was originally $50. Now it's 35. What was the percent discount? That's a decrease. So this is the new, and this is the old. So 35 minus 50 over 50 times 100. Enter, divided by 50. So we get negative 0.3. And if you multiply that by 100, you get negative 30%. 16, the price of parking for 2 hours is increasing from $2.50 to $5. So from $2.50 to $5. This is the old and this is the new. It was an increase. What's the percent that the price will increase? So we get 5 minus 250 over 250 times 100. 5 minus 2.5, enter, divided by 2.5, enter, equals 1 times 100, and it's going to be 100% increase. The population of a town in 25 was 25,000 in 2000, and in 2010 was 30,000. What's the percent of increase? So this is the new. That's the old. So we get 30,000 minus 2,000 over 2,000. So increase 30,000, 1, 2, 3 minus 2,000. Enter and divide that by 2,000. Sorry, I forgot to times 100. So it's 14, and if you multiply that by 100, it gives us 1,400%. A huge increase. A house was purchased in 2005 for 150. Now it's 135, so the price of the house went down. So that's a decrease. So the percent of change is going to be 135,000 minus 150,000 over 150,000 times 100. So 135 minus 150 divided by 150, 150,000. That gives us, no, hang on a second, something I did wrong. 135,000 minus 150, enter, divided by 150 equals 0.1. Negative 0.1, and we're going to multiply that by 100, and if you multiply that by 100, you get negative 10%. Yeah, that's pretty much it.